Good evening, everyone, and welcome to IndyStar Friday Night Live presented by Bath Experts, the only show that brings you the week's biggest Indiana high school football games wherever you are. So you catch every thrilling finish, every big play, and the gridiron stars of tomorrow today. As always, I'm your host, Justin Mack, coming to you live from the IndyStar newsroom, and joining me to my left for this week's broadcast is absolutely nobody. Yes, unfortunately, my typical co-host and IndyStar Sports editor, Matt Glenesk, not able to join us today because we've got a lot of big games. He is still working hard at home on his work-from-home grind, so while he isn't with us tonight physically, I will try to get as many of his bad jokes and off-kilter commentary into tonight's episode, but he is working hard doing all those editor things, getting our photo gallery, score updates from Cal Nidenrep and Matt Van Tryon, who are out at games, coordinating everything that our IndyStar Friday Night Live crew is going to be bringing to you as far as score updates, highlights, and all the fun that you're used to. So we'll be flying solo tonight, just me and you viewers, so strap in. Going to be a heck of a week 7, and we've got a lot of games. So let's get right to the big board and break down the matchups. All right, first up in our MIC Network Game of the Week, of course brought to us by our friends over at the MIC Network, we've got Ben Davis taking on Carmel, who is now ranked 7th in 6A. And after a rough start, the defending 6A champions are getting it together. Carmel finding its groove, won 3 in a row, and is facing a Ben Davis team that's looking to build momentum heading into the playoffs. So, of course, as our MIC Network Game of the Week, you can watch that game in its entirety by going to IndyStar.com. So check it out. Next up, we've got Mooresville, who's number 2 in 4A, taking on Whiteland, who is number 5 in 5A. So we've got undefeated Mooresville, Whiteland sitting at 5-1. A big game, both teams with a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. If you want to know more about how Mooresville is making it happen, they're doing it behind the big men. 2 Purdue recruits on that O-line. Cal Nidenrep has a story on IndyStar.com that tells you more about the hard work that those men are doing, but also the kinship with them and their running back, who is not the largest man, but he's got some big bodies to run behind. And speaking of big bodies, Whiteland coming off of a big 38-0 win over Martinsville last week. The 5 big bodies pushing the pile for them allowed Whiteland to rush for 532 yards and have 3 players break the 100-yard rushing mark. We'll give you more details about that when we bring you that game action live. Next up, courtesy of our friends at Hamilton County TV, we've got Avon taking on Westfield. Westfield now sit at number 4 in 6A. Avon at just 3-3, and that's brought to us again by our friends at Hamilton County TV. Next up, we've got Greenwood and Decatur Central, courtesy of our friends at DCHS Live. That one is one of our pay-per-view matchups, along with, I should have mentioned, Mooresville and Whiteland, also a pay-per-view matchup. We'll be able to bring you footage of that throughout the evening here on Friday Night Live. But if you want to watch those games in their entirety, check out the pay-per-view services for both Warrior Beat Sports Network and DCHS Live for this Greenwood Decatur Central matchup. This one, we've got number 6 Decatur Central taking on Greenwood, who is sitting at 3-3. Next up, we've got number 12 and 6A HSE taking on Noblesville, who's sitting at 2-4 right now. That is another game brought to us by our friends at Hamilton County TV. Big thank you to them for all the cooperation this season and the last. Next up, Heritage Christian and LaPel. That's courtesy of the Indiana SRN. Heritage Christian comes in ranked at number 5 in 2A, and LaPel number 15 in 2A. So Heritage Christian 4-1, LaPel 5-1. 2 teams with a lot on the line as we march toward the playoffs. No one wants to walk out of that one with a loss. All right, moving next, we've got Northview taking on Guerin Catholic. Northview notched a huge victory last week, knocking off Class A number 1 Lutheran by 1 point, a thriller that ended 26-25 in overtime. So it'll be interesting to see how they capitalize on the momentum of such a huge win and bring it to the field this week. So we'll be bringing in and checking on that game quite a bit, again, courtesy of our friends on Indiana SRN. Another SRN game on the docket, Triton Central taking on Cecina. And we have Triton Central sitting at number 6 right now in 2A, Cecina sitting at 2-2 unranked. And we will have plenty of action, another SRN matchup. Moving right along, we've got the Crimson Knights taking on Covenant Christian, also courtesy of SRN. They're doing a lot of work for us tonight, so we'll bring you that. Moving right along, we've got Perry Meridian taking on Martinsville, courtesy of our friends at MHS Rewind, Eric Meyer, and them doing a great job with that program. And then closing out the big list of games, Tipton taking on Hamilton Heights, courtesy of WHMB TV 40. And of course, the entire night of action sponsored by Bath Experts, our partners and our supporters. Thank you for everything. So we're going to jump right into the action on IndyStar Friday Night Live, getting things going here And we're going right over to the Greenwood-Decatur Central matchup, and we are already in the red zone. So let's take it away with the call and see them react to what looks like our first touchdown, hopefully first of many we're going to bring you in Week 7 of IndyStar Friday Night Live.
He's got 8 touchdowns on about 20 carries, and he's just picked up his 9th touchdown and just 2 carries there in the red zone there.
He's carried it twice, and he's got 1 touchdown tonight.
Yeah,
right?
so
which is exactly what we saw.
Yeah, he keeps it going on the year.
So Greenwood off to the quick start, 6-0 here, and getting for the pending extra point. And Hummel in the hold and the kick up, and the kick is good.
As Trilling he moves to 26 for 28 on the year. So
it didn't look pretty, but it went across.
Yep. Yeah. So the Woodmen quickly take a 7-0 lead over the Hawks with 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Well, and this is exactly what a running team can do. It can lull you to sleep, and then you're not ready, and all of a sudden,
All right, they're getting it together there. So let's jump over and get a first look at Heritage Christian taking on LaPel. This courtesy of the Indiana SRN, and the announcers for this game, Sean Kroll and Joey Lindstrom. Want to thank them for their hard work and partnership this season. Heritage Christian is coming in after a loss to Covenant Christian, losing 36-21 to them last week, while LaPel is coming in off a win against Traders Point Christian, and a big win at that, taking that one home 41-6. So we'll see who takes advantage of the momentum and see if maybe Heritage Christian can turn around their fortunes this week. Let's take it away with the call.
Great play by Waltz, and you got to keep the aggression up when you're tackling like that.
First third down here for LaPel as they send 3 receivers out to the right.
One guy we didn't talk about in the pregame is Allman. He's in the slot right now, and he's a big target for
big
Stowe.
Target. Stowe running out to his right. He's got that big target, but got pressure on him, had to get rid of the ball quick as he was looking for Allman. Incomplete, and it looks like it's going to be a 4th down and a punt for LaPel on their first possession.
Interesting call on offense on their 3rd down. You have a kind of a basic flood concept, but you have Allman from the slot kind of going inward, and it's kind of a general rule of thumb that you don't want, if you're rolling to your right, you don't want to throw back over the middle. It's probably not going to spell good. I think that was the whole. Are they going for it?
I don't see a punter on the field.
Nope.
Unless they're going to quick kick it here.
The wild dog.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. 4th and about 5, and up there it is, the quick kick.
A little
direct snap to Morose.
Stowe's down there.
Not bad. You got to love that when the quarterback hustles down there.
Yeah.
So 1 possession each, kind of feeling each other out. 1 punt on each side. Thoughts so far?
I think yes, exactly. It's just a couple fighters feeling each other out.
We got a penalty.
So
are they going to make him repunt?
I think you're Coach Kyle Ray. You do.
Because there's a chance, there could be a shank.
Mm-hmm.
There could be a block.
You come out with the same thing, and that pooch situation moves you closer, so you don't have to punt from as far a distance back, right? So it does make it easier for whoever's back there. I think Stowe's coming off because he didn't want to go on the punt team again.
No. That's a one-shot deal, Coach.
Yeah. I'm usually behind the center.
For those of you that don't know, Joey played football at Butler University.
Long ago.
Long ago. Please.
Last year.
Yeah, I know that ancient times, right? All right, it is 4th and 10 now as they're pushed back 5 more yards.
On regular punt formation.
Yes, Rose is in regular punt formation, and it looks like Schlamer is back to receive again, but almost at midfield. Oh, they almost got it. Oh, Schlamer got it. Got past that first guy. Boy, what a great position there they're going to have. And
I think that was Thompson.
It is Nate Thompson.
Schlamer was the one that almost blocked it.
Yeah, wow.
Way to get around. And from your gunner spot when you're on the punt team, that's your biggest challenge, is to get around those blockers and try to block that punt.
Short field for Heritage Christian, although now they're sending him back. Is there another penalty?
All right, we're going to jump over now to Perry and Meridian and Martinsville. Perry Meridian coming in 0-6, Martinsville 2-4, and got the action starting here again, courtesy of our friends at MHS Rewind. And it looks like we've got a ball on the ground early in the game, and that's not the thing you want to see. So we've got a change in possession already. See if they can capitalize on it. And they do it in grand fashion, just like they drew it up. So that's going to be 6. And starting off with some scores, and also want to give you a score update in our Mick Network game of the week. Carmel striking first blood against Ben Davis. Zach White taking it in 40 yards for a big rushing touchdown, and they tacked on one with the extra point. So 7-0 in the Carmel-Ben Davis game. And again, Martinsville enjoying that 6-0 lead over Perry Meridian now with the first score of the game. And moving right along, let's bring you some more action here on Friday Night Live. Let's go take a look at Avon, actually already up in this one. With the first points of the board, and like we said before, Avon coming in 3-3 as they take on Westfield, who is 5-1 and has really been tearing it up. So we'll see how Westfield responds, and let's take it away with the call.
Shotgun formation, fires, looks, little screen pass that got plenty of room to run. First down. Ooh. Great job there by number 34, Carson Voris. That'll bring up another Westfield first down.
Like we said earlier, Voris was the hero in last week's overtime win, going for 2 with the.
So once again in the pistol formation, 2 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Looks, hands the ball off. Hauser gain of 3 on the play. A couple more games that are going on tonight. Fishers taking on Franklin Central. And the Noblesville Hamlin Southeastern going tonight.
Shaw on the tackle for Avon.
So here come the Shamrocks on second down. 2nd and 7, ball on the 34-yard line. Shotgun formation, looks to throw. Keeps it, finding some room, met right away. Gets right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1. And that'll bring up a 3rd and long.
All right, let's jump back over to Heritage Christian and LaPel, because Heritage Christian is on the move, looking to strike first blood in this matchup. So we're going to pick it up, take it away with the call, courtesy of Sean Kroll and Joey Lindstrom of Indiana SRN.
When you're out there and you're running, you don't really realize where you are on the field. So that was a great job by Milton, making almost faking him while the ball was in the air.
And to get his feet in. They can get a first down without scoring here, as they're going to hand it off to Brown. He's going to go up the gut, get a few yards.
That, too, propels your offense. I mean, you talk about a momentum play. In the first quarter, your second drive, you want to take a shot. I'm so glad they did, because now they have the chance to really put some points on the board to come back to that.
Looks like it's 2nd and about 7 from the 8-yard line.
We got a socially distanced packed house tonight, too.
We do, and a lot of guys wearing pink since it's now October. Fake to Brown right across the middle for Garrick, and he gets the love after the big pass and the touchdown.
That was a great throw, first of all. But really what made that happen was the fake we just talked about with the linebackers about 3 plays ago. When the linebackers read that run, they see Max Milton bend in these.
All right, so Heritage Christian getting it done. He's found his man across the middle for the reception touchdown there. So let's jump back over to Ben Davis and Carmel. This is our Mick Network game of the week. Like I said before, viewable in its entirety on IndyStar.com. And Carmel first on the board. This started with a big run play, courtesy of Zach White, going 40 yards for Carmel, getting the Greyhounds up 7-0. So Ben Davis now looking to respond. So let's take it away with the call, courtesy of the Mick Network.
And then, you got to tack on another 5. So, like you said, let's hope this doesn't wind up being a drive killer.
1st and 15 now. Ball on the 46-yard line for Ben Davis. Patterson faking the toss, keeping it up the middle, bouncing left side. Brought down from behind there by Kepler. Gain of a couple.
I'll tell you what, Kepler made a stop there, because if not, that was at least 10 or 15 more yards of daylight.
Well, how many times have we seen that play over the years from Ben Davis, and in particular Trent Gibson, their quarterback last year,
Absolutely.
that they just dominated teams with. Patterson looking right side again to Mason in the flat. Mason going to be brought down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up 3rd and 10 for Ben Davis. Greyhounds starting to dig in here defensively. We've seen that play a couple times now, Darryl, looking.
All right, let's jump back in and check out Avon and Westfield. Westfield down 3-0 in this one, trying to respond back after Avon able to get on the board first. Finds his man out in the flat, and he doesn't have a lot of people to beat, and he beat the people that weren't there. Touchdown for Westfield. They're going to go up 6-3 in this one, and as always on Friday Night Live, a lot of scores kicking things off. We'll see which teams can keep the momentum and see if any of these games get out of hand too early. So let's get you some more action after the score in this one and go around the area. Let's go back over to this matchup, Greenwood, Decatur Central. Again, this is a pay-per-view matchup, courtesy of our friends at DCHS Live. So check them out if you want to watch this game in its entirety. Greenwood up already 7-0. Let's take it away with the call.
Bleeding.
Yeah, he had to check out to just get some kind of a Band-Aid on that arm. So
Shepard to here to our side.
Yeah, it's Bolden at the top of the
Bolden
screen.
Bolden at the top of the screen.
And they're in kind of a shotgun formation, but they've got 3 backs behind the quarterback in shotgun.
Oh, and flag on the Hawks says Alec Lawson appears to jump off sides.
Yeah, it looked like the left side of the line, Alec and maybe somebody else down there jumped. That's going to give them a free 5, so that's going to end up 3rd and 2 now, which is exactly where they want to be.
Yep. I mean, 3rd and 2 is a lot easier than 3rd and 7, and that's the second penalty on the Hawks.
The Hawks could really use a turnover. I mean, or a negative play. You know, they want to get Greenwood in the backfield before they get this big line pushing and running backs running.
All right, let's jump back over to Heritage Christian and LaPel. If you remember last time we were here, Heritage Christian was taking it across the middle with a pass to get them a touchdown and an extra point, and LaPel battling back. So let's see if they can tie this one up as they are in the red zone and knocking. Let's take it away with the call.
They are. They really are, and they have great vision. That's a 7-yard gain, and he's been ripping off about over 6 yards per carry anyway, so why not keep rolling with it?
As they look to the sideline for the call. Dollar behind Stowe. They give it to him again. Shiftiness, he jump stop, and he's in the end zone.
He would not be denied.
No,
Tyler Dollar cashes in.
All right, score there for LaPel, so that one getting fast early. Let's get back over to Ben Davis and Carmel. Carmel up still 7-0, and more red zone action. So let's take it away with the call.
To that.
Again, the Greyhounds crowding the line. Patterson rolling right side, looks upfield, upended, and you're going to have him down just shy at the 1-yard line here, and now we get a touchdown.
Yeah, he
call.
took flight there, and he landed in the end zone. I looked like the ball hit the line there.
The far side judge comes in with a touchdown, as now the officials will meet right at the line of scrimmage, and the official ruling a touchdown. And now they're going to say no, that he was just short, as Coach Simmons wants an explanation.
I'll tell you what, it looked like when he landed, the ball did hit the goal line because his feet were in the end zone there. So
the far side official at the top side of your screen, you can see him just by the pylon, called a touchdown.
He had the best look. He had the best look.
But the officials gathered and said, no, he was just shy. So that brings up 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line.
I wonder which official was that. No, I won't get in there. The guy was on the line. He had the best look. That was a touchdown. But again, they'll run it back and see what we can do here.
Patterson, same play, right side. Absolutely not working. Solomon Williams gliding in for the TFL. And now here comes the field goal unit. And you know that is not going to make Coach Simmons happy.
No, not at all, because you had 6. You had an official call that 6 points, and you may have to settle for 3.
Well, the kicker, Angel Torres, 1 for 1 on the year, made a 20-yarder. And this one from 20 yards out again. Boots this up and in, and that is good from 20 yards out. Ben Davis getting on the board with 4.
All right, so the field goal is good, and that one going to close the gap a little bit. So let's jump back over to Avon and Westfield. As you can see, back in the red zone again. They were actually working at about the 10-yard line, but an unfortunate false start moved them back. So now they get to work here at the 15. This one now, as you can see, 3-7 in favor of Westfield. Let's take it away with the call.
6'6", 350 pounds. He's a monster.
Ball on the 15-yard line. 5 minutes left to play in the first. Looks to throw, keeps it himself. Fires, throws, complete. Touchdown, Avon. Great job by the quarterback to know where he is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely there. And he
Steps up.
And so everybody comes up because they think he's going to run. They hit him in the back corner of the end zone. Touchdown to Stovall.
There is a flag on the play.
Oh. I would say he may have crossed the line of scrimmage, I believe. But we'll see. Oh,
They're waving it off.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Avon.
All right, after a little bit of discussion, they're going to waive off any potential penalty, and that touchdown will stand. So let's jump back to HSE and Noblesville. Both teams coming off wins last week. HSE beating Zionsville 14-13, just scraping by with that one. And Noblesville coming off a big win against Franklin Central 20-13 last week. We'll see who can take this one home. Still anybody's game. So let's take it away with the call courtesy of Hamilton County TV.
Royals are going to go for the field goal.
20.
Got the length.
25-yard field goal's good. With 2 minutes exactly on the first quarter clock. Hamilton Southeastern 3, Noblesville 0.
Gaylor Electric, the highest performing national contractor of excellence. Since 1984, Gaylor Electric's success continues to be built upon the cornerstone of reliable resources, reliable outcomes, and reliable insights fueled by our genuine care for people. Gaylor Electric, along with Chuck Goodrich, their president and CEO.
All right, take a break.
Gain
there.
of
So let's
one.
give you a first look at this matchup between number 8 and 2A Tipton at Hamilton Heights. Is courtesy of our friends at WHMB TV 40 with a call from guys you know pretty well, Howard Kelman and Todd Milo. Tipton coming in off of a win against Northwestern, winning 56-6, so not a small win. And Hamilton Heights beat Twin Lakes 35-14 last week. Hamilton Heights has also won 3 in a row. And Trey Ehrman rushed for 142 yards on 24 carries last week. So I got to imagine that Hamilton Heights is going to want to stick with that successful run attack and see if he can get them another W. So we'll take it away with the call as soon as we get through some buffering. Matter of fact, let's see if we can find you some more action. Heritage Christian LaPale all knotted up 7-7. Don't forget all that good information I gave you because it will come in handy when we go back to that matchup. In the meantime, let's get it taken. Heritage Christian and LaPale.
The outside, it looked like it was was that not to Kern? No, that was to Nick Whitty. Popped up in the air, and it's picked off by Camden Wolf of Heritage. And just like that, they get the ball back.
That was so quick. Oh my gosh.
Well, the rocket, and he couldn't quite.
Yeah, you just gotta pull it down. It's a simple hitch route. They probably run it a million times in pregame and practice. So it's just one of those things that you do them so often. Maybe he looked away from the ball. I think that's actually kind of what he did because he was worried about the defender coming
maybe
out.
Some footsteps.
You heard footsteps.
All
yeah,
right, Brown
exactly.
trying to get to the outside. They're going to get to Seal. He cuts back inside. Nice chunky yardage there for Brown on first down. You like second and short?
I think you do. And then typically where you have second and short, second and medium is when you.
All right, let's just jump over and check in on Mooresville and Whiteland. This one, another big game brought to us this week by our friends at the Warrior Beat Sports Network. This one of the pay-per-view matchups, so if you want to watch it in its entirety, please make sure you go check them out. This one, as you can see, 7-0 deficit, and Whiteland is knocking on the door once again to remind you how they performed last week. Both coming in off of wins. Whiteland going over Martinsville 38-0. Mooresville going over Franklin 39-30. And as Whiteland is once again threatening to score, tell you a little bit about that big front that is making the push. Let's see if they can push all the way in. And at the top, I mentioned we had 3 people go over the 100-yard rushing mark last week thanks to a big front that's being pushed by young men Jacob McCarthy, Ernie Powell, Jackson Bolton, Ethan Myers, and Tayton Shackle. Always like to shout out the big men who are doing it up front. Unsung heroes who were fighting for every single yard, and they got plenty of them last week, rushing to the tune of 532 yards as a unit. So we'll see if they can keep that up and extend this lead.
8-yard line, about 40 seconds to play in the quarter. Sullivan's on the left side.
Crowley has it coming near side. Crowley
Oh,
breaks the
wow.
tackle. The sophomore gets into the end zone.
What a great job at taking the contact, keeping his balance, and going right through it in for the touchdown.
Whiteland takes a 13-0 lead, 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. What a terrific effort there by Crowley. Long extended drive there for the Warriors. 6-minute drive for Whiteland, just what they wanted. Capped off by a Crowley touchdown run, and he is really coming on as Crowley had a nice long touchdown run last week. And we'll see the replay from that run here momentarily. Broke a couple of tackles to the outside when it really looked like he had no shot of getting.
All right, I mentioned that front line was no joke for Whiteland, doing it again on the ground, and they're going to extend their lead with another touchdown there. Let's go back over to Greenwood, Decatur Central, our DCHS Live pay-per-view matchup. And Greenwood now getting super close to more points. They actually had an opportunity almost slip away on 4th down, but a pass interference put them back here. Let's see if they can take advantage of that favorable play call, and let's take it away with the call.
Out there by Caleb Hicks and company to string that out, and I'm so sure Matt Cook wasn't out there too. So pretty good job by Decatur Central to just string that one out. There's 2 minutes left in this quarter, and it's going to be 2nd down and goal for the Greenwood Woodmen. And again, they're just in that shotgun.
Yeah, the shotgun wildcat formation, and it's really four. I think it's going to be three more of that. 3 more of those plays right there.
You're right.
And they're really going to go fall on that front. As Rupert, he's going to pass, little switcheroo, and that ball was
it was out.
catchable.
It was not catchable. It was thrown out of the back of the end zone, intended for 82, Campbell.
Devin Davis there on the coverage.
He was right there.
Yeah,
on
he was
it,
right there.
Yeah.
He was not fooled.
No, he was not. So that's going to be 3rd and 8. Pretty big down here.
Yeah, third and goal really, but yeah, eight
to
get
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has some subs here for the Hawks.
Andy Gibson checks out. Will Starks checks back into the game as
probably a passing down here.
Yes.
And they break Hummel.
Hummel, as you see Hummel into the game, which really kind of tells me it's. Oh, that's a false start. The wide receiver Shepard was kind of jumped off a little early there.
Sure did. That was definitely going to be a pass play as Greenwood gets hit with a false start. So that's going to back him up 5, but it's still going to be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, and as you probably another passing down as well.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and 13, which is still 3rd and goal. They cannot get a first down in this particular drive. So this is 3rd and goal, and Greenwood will have to throw this into the end zone more than likely. Look for maybe a little screen pass as something to get half of those yards back.
Yeah, a little screen pass to Hasig on to the Moore side here over to our side, and room to work with.
And I don't know how good their field goal kicker is, but the extra point was a little shaky, so I don't know if they're in his range or not.
Hasig will be, or not Hasig. There's going to be another false start on the Greenwood Woodmen against Shepard again.
Yeah, it was a false start again, so they're going to back them up another 5, and they're definitely probably out of field goal range for their kicker now.
Yeah.
And this is definitely some kind of screen or passing down. You never know. It could be a trick play, too.
All right, with the penalty there, let's jump back over to Avon Westfield. This matchup has been fast and furious already. Shout out to Vin Diesel. This one 10-7 in favor of Avon Westfield. Oh, making it happen. Big pass across the middle, and there is no one in front of him. He's looking around. You don't have to check. That's going to be 6 points. So Westfield firing right back and reclaiming that lead. And this one, let's take another look at it. Doing it big. That's going to be 50-plus yards in the air for the score. So Westfield making it happen in all assets. And this one's going to be a good one, so we'll be back playing. Shouts out to our friends at Hamilton County TV for providing that one. Let's jump back over Greenwood, Decatur Central. Let's pick up right where we left off and get you the call.
So 21 now. They had the ball on the 9, and they've went back now to they're on the 21, 22-yard line.
23-yard line, so they had it on the 8, 15 yards to 23.
It's obviously Coach Campbell is not happy probably about these false starts. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 23-yard line.
So it's Bolden to our side, Shepard in the slot, Hummel in the shotgun with Hasig to his right. The same exact play. As that'll be an interception by number 21, Will Starks.
So big play for Decatur Central to come away with a turnover, and you will see some pretty exciting Hawks now that they're going to maybe turn the tide here a little bit.
So as you see the Dirty Bird Island here for the Hawks, the red flag, the red pirate flag is really a thing with the turnover chain in a way.
All right, well, that is a big pick for Decatur Central. They're going to snatch that one away. So we've seen a lot of big plays. Let's get you some more. A batch of highlights collected by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team that is at the games, bringing you all the action as it happens. We've got 6 highlights loaded up, so let's get right to them. All right, first up, we've got Lamar Eccles Jr. with Pike. Kickoff return for a touchdown, and he's going to take it all the way, make the move, hold the turbo button. Everyone eat the dust. 7-0 going up over Center Grove in that one. That's a tough way to start things off. Next up, we've got Khalid Stamps from Marion for a rushing touchdown, doing it on the ground, getting in for 7 points, making it look easy. Next up, Remington Gall, Avon with a long pass reception, just picking it right out of the air. If he could have just stayed on his feet, you might have been looking at 6 points, but beautiful grab across the middle. Next up, we've got Reed Shepherd's Westfield with a catch and run touchdown. That's going to put them up 7-3 in this matchup. And this matchup is one you'll see a lot of tonight on IndyStar Friday Night Live as we bring you this action live and in highlight form to get you all those different angles. All right, next play we've got on the docket. That's Adjay Dandridge Pike with a receiving touchdown. That's going to put them up 14-7. Absolutely nobody in front of them, beating the entire defense there. Sorry about that one, guys, but maybe next time. And then last up so far in this first batch of highlights, Wallace Stovall, Avon with a big receiving touchdown. That's going to put Avon up 10-7. And as you can see, getting those feet in right at the back of the end zone. Precision, I like it. So we've had a great first start to this show, IndyStar Friday Night Live, Week 7, presented by Bath Experts. And let's take a quick break with a word from those sponsors, Bath Experts. Thanks for all the support.
Need my run back. See, I figured out your approach, so I'ma need my dub back. L don't stand for loss, it stand for learning. Long as this earth is turning, I'm getting better with time. Aging like Buddha and wine. I'm making the hard reads, adjusting one step at a time. A little practice, now my scope and my chakras align. Marking my targets, he's an assassin.
All right, welcome back to IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. Been a heck of a first quarter for us here on the show, so let's get right back to the action so you don't miss a thing. Going back into Avon and Westfield, this one 10-14 in favor of Westfield, but the scores have been going back and forth. I wouldn't be surprised if we get another touchdown real soon. So let's take it away with the call and see what happens next.
Here comes the motion again. Looks, fires, throws, slant. No, they got him down at the 1 yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and inches at this point. See what they do here. 3 on the near side, 1 on the far side. Shotgun formation. 1 minute left to play in the first quarter. Looks, keeps it himself, touchdown. Touchdown, Orioles. Take a look at the replay here.
Got a fullback in there blocking for him right beside him, and a good block, pushed it on through. I don't know, it would have been pretty close if the Rocks could have recovered that ball, but it went out of the end zone.
So the Orioles put points on the board here.
And they now lead 16-14 with 53.7 seconds left to go.
Up and good.
And now it's 17-14.
So,
all right, so the touchdown and the extra point good. That's going to go to 17-14 for the score. Let's get you a first look at this matchup between 5-1 Northview taking on 1-3 Guerin Catholic, courtesy of our friends at Indiana SRN. Announcers Jonathan Mathis and Tom St. Amand have the call in this one. And just to bring you up to speed, Northview notched a huge victory last week. They beat Class A #1 Lutheran 26-25 in OT, and Guerin is coming off back-to-back shutout losses to Roncalli and Bishop Chatard. So a lot at stake at this game. Rough outing possibly, so we'll see how it goes. This one still nothing to nothing as they are getting rolling. Lots of time left in the first. Let's take it away with the call.
For Northview. Let's take another peek at that one. Garrison just ranging over Bonomo. Not much of a window. Covered well by Moody. But it's the second first down.
Bonomo's come down with every single pass that's come his way, and 2 of them for 9 yards. That's hard to beat.
That is, especially you're just trying to move the chains, and you've got reliable Vinny Bonomo, 16 receptions on the season for number 15. And he's at the bottom of your screen. Here's the handoff. Allen wrapped down immediately. The Guerin run defense and Parker Bell not allowing anything for Northview to this point. It'll be a second, and I don't think he got anything there, Tom.
No, it doesn't look like it. They've had 1 or 2 plays that have picked up 0 yards. Both of them runs so far, one by the quarterback and one by Allen.
So if you add that up, that is 1 point. No, that's a little less than that. Yeah, 1.5 for Allen. Not much doing on the run. That's something for Guerin Catholic's defense you're really going to need if you can shut down that run game.
Absolutely true. The trick is...
All right, let's jump back over to this matchup. Mooresville taking on Whiteland 14-0. We saw Whiteland get it done on the ground last time we were here checking out this pay-per-view matchup courtesy of Warrior Beat Sports Network. But fighting through the pile and finding the touchdown of his own on the ground. Big run, so they are going to score. Mooresville getting that 6 and closing that gap just a little bit. So let's jump back over to some more action.
Gets
so you don't miss
leading.
a thing. We've got
Rowe,
games in
pin
progress
position,
all over the
Stockroom
place.
Clears them out.
And a mad dash towards a similar result that we just showed you, another touchdown potentially. So Northview Guerin making it happen, but the flag might take all that big yardage away. We'll see and get some clarity with the call right here. Enjoy the action.
So it was second down and 10, and they're going to lose about 15 on the play. An illegal block is what it was. And I think that was probably the illegal block that I was highlighting. We might be able to take another peek back at that one, but not yet. We'll see. We'll have to check with producer Brett if he thinks that's what it was. He thinks it was, and we'll maybe later.
All right, jumping back over to HSC Noblesville. HSC already up 10-0 in this one, looking to make more damage in this game. Let's take it away with the call and see if they're able to extend their lead in this one.
4th and 5.
I got to believe the Royals are going to play it safe here once again. Looks like the field goal unit is coming in.
Yeah, you don't want to say they're playing conservative, but I mean, Wirtz ran that into the line, hoping to get some more yards, but he was met by Millers for no gain. Brings up 4th and 5 for a 22-yard attempt.
Girolis was good from about 25 earlier. Basically, in the NFL, a point after.
Snap, hold by Howard is kicks up and good.
All right, field goal is good, so HSC going to extend its lead 13-0 in that one. Back over to Avon and Westfield. Avon up 17-14, but back on the field and working for Westfield. Let's see if they can reclaim the lead, tie things up. Who knows what could happen? Let's take it away with the call.
Fires, throws over the middle. Got him to the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown again from the Shamrocks. Great job there.
Shepard's on the touchdown for the Rocks here. Here's a play.
Here's the replay again. Right in the middle of the field. Knew exactly where he was going. Off to the races. Well, how about that? First quarter still has 7 seconds left.
Yeah. And it's
all right, going back over to Heritage Christian and Lapel. This one all tied up, and there has been some wild stuff happening. We've seen interceptions, go right back to interceptions the very next play, changes of possession. So this one is going to be close. It's going to be tight. If you want to know how close, last year's game between these two teams is an indication. Last year, Heritage Christian beat LaPel by just 1 point, 36-35. So these teams always bring it to each other, and they play each other tough. And this game so far tonight is another indication of that. Heritage Christian Max Milton, QB, is coming in, by the way, with a lot of yards, 1,095 passing yards and 14 touchdowns this week, while LaPel's QB, Brennan Stowe, is coming down with 1,086 passing yards and 11 touchdowns. So not only were their scores similar last year when they faced off, both quarterbacks coming in with similar stat sheets. It's going to be a good one. So glad we're able to bring it to you this week on IndyStar Friday Night Live.
For Heritage, again, two backs in the backfield with Milton. As they fake it, going to go into the corner of the end zone to Gehrig again, and it's a touchdown. What a great throw by Milton.
A great throw. Yiski did not play that one too well on the corner from the corner spot, and Gehrig took all the advantage he needed. He has the height over him, and just a great throw, too, by Max Milton. I mean, he's placed the ball so well, and on that time, Sean, I don't think he was even worried about pressure at all. So
no, and
you take that.
He dropped that in the bucket.
He really did. He only got where Gehrig could get it, and all three throws to Gehrig tonight have been huge. First of all, except for that one fumble, and obviously he made up for it because he had that touchdown. Now he's got 2 in the first half. It's something to build on if you're Coach Ray. Just keep taking the shots like that.
Kick is up, and it is good. And it is 14-7 here.
All right, extra point good. So that one's going to go to 14-7. I know we'll be back with that one. Here's another one we want to keep an eye on. Mooresville and Whiteland. Whiteland up 14-7, and they have the possession again. This courtesy of the Warrior Beat Sports Network. Let's take it away with the call.
Yards have been harder to come by here on this drive for Whiteland, but they've still been able to move the chains. They have it 1st and 10 at the 44 of Mooresville. Coons from the gun.
Ooh.
Handoff Valentine after the high snap. Valentine spins his way forward and going to have 5 on the play.
Yeah, they're setting something up here. They're attacking that middle. This is a situation you could pass. You're 2nd and a long 4 or 2nd and 3, as they're technically saying here. I thought it was more like 4, but anyway, this is a chance. This is a time you could take a risk if you wanted them.
All right, let's check out
Albert.
Garen Catholic, because Garen
trying
is
to fight through. He's tied up. He's going down.
In this one, that was a 4th down. We'll see how it shakes out, but they are getting close. But still, no team able to get on the board yet in this one. Let's take it away with the call and see if someone can shake out some points before the first quarter ends.
The first drive for Garen Catholic didn't last very long. Not quite 2 full minutes, and it ends with a turnover on downs despite an impressive run by Jagger Albert. But Garen Catholic left it a little empty. But Tom, I think if you got to be pretty enthused. That Garen Catholic, that looked pretty lively before it just petered out at the very end.
Garen put a lot of work and effort into that drive, and they came so close. It's a shame to see them come up short.
Now Northview, they're looking to bounce back. It was an interception to Danny Road last time out for Keegan and Gap.
All right, let's jump over and give you a first look at the Crimson Knights taking on the number 5 ranked Covenant Christian, who is coming in this week undefeated, courtesy of our friends at Indiana SRN, with the announcers Jerry Baker and Keith Myers handling the call for this matchup. Just to let you know how last week went, Covenant Christian beat Heritage Christian 36-21, and Covenant Christian could be headed towards an undefeated regular season after last week's big win. Michael Wilson scored 3 times in the second half as Warriors knocked off Heritage Christian, and Wilson rushed for 13 times for 166 yards and 2 scores. He also caught 1 pass for a 31-yard touchdown. So you got to imagine that's someone they're going to be relying on to do their thing and continue their march towards a potentially undefeated season, and off to a pretty good start so far. So let's take it away with the call. Enjoy the action.
You know, you mentioned Park Tudor, the success story they have had. Boy, they have turned it around, haven't they?
They really have. And they're good, of course, they're in the same sectional with Covenant Christian, along with number 1, Indianapolis Lutheran.
How about Sheridan is in that?
Sheridan is in there. That's a bear of a sectional, my
bet.
friend.
All right, time out there. So let's go back to Avon and Westfield. This one, you can't keep your eyes off it for too long because as soon as you think you got it figured out, something crazy is going to happen. Right now, the score 17-21. And let's go back to Heritage Christian and LaPale as well. These two matchups, we'll probably do some switching. If you're familiar with IndyStar Friday Night Live, you know we jump from show to show, from game to game, sometimes at a moment's notice because the action is so fast. You got to just keep your eyes open, keep your head on a swivel. So Heritage Christian in this one up 14-7 over LaPale, courtesy of Indiana SRN. And again, we'll switch back between this and that Westfield and Avon matchup.
Just gritty mentality kind of guys because they have to literally run through guys at 100 miles an hour at their top speed and try to go tackle someone. You have to be insane to do that, first of all. But you just also need to be able to wrap up tackle, get low. They did not do that on that one. Now, LaPale with great field position.
1st and 10 from the 37, and great penetration there by number 13.
All right, gonna hop out of this one and go back over to this matchup between Martinsville and Perry Meridian. Martinsville, as you can see, enjoying a 7-3 advantage over Perry Meridian. Let's take it away with the call.
Pass interference, defensive holding. Did not see the call, but up the middle. See, and it's a fumble and picked up. And at the 25-20, the 10, and it is a score touchdown.
Big pile, and he comes out of it and sprints to a touchdown. So Martinsville's going to extend their lead back over to Avon and Westfield. Avon down 17-21 in this one, trying to make it happen. Let's take it away with the call.
Looks, scrambles to the far side, looking for an end zone. Got it. Touchdown, Orioles. When they allow the quarterback to scramble, so we take a look at the replay, empty backfield again. Looks, rolls to the outside, finds an option. Touchdown. Giving him some space there, the quarterback some space, allows him to kind of pick and choose.
Absolutely, and that's one of the adjustments that the Rocks defense is going to have to make. They're giving Essen way too much time.
So here comes the extra point. Up and good, and just like.
All right, so score and an extra point there. Let's go back over Mooresville and Whiteland, 7-14, advantage Whiteland, and the pile pushes right into the end zone. That's going to be more points on the board. So this matchup, one that we will be sticking with, but Whiteland extending their lead, making it a little tough for Mooresville. Let's jump over, find some more action. Back over to Heritage Christian and LaPale. This one still 14-17. Let's take it away with the call.
Stopped him.
Good job. I think Dollar was a little faster than his beef, but that was a great play. Good play call there.
We'll see, that was Anthony Prater, it looks like, was the lead blocker, 75. I need to look at my roster because the one I've got on is a little tiny. First down now for, it is Anthony Prater, sophomore, 6'3", 270. This time Stowe behind Dollar, but great job coming up and just grabbing him and not letting him go. Is that Thompson?
Yeah, Thompson again. He did a mini Aaron Donald move there. He did a quick chop rip, so he essentially just got the hands out of the way of his blocker and then just ripped right through to go make that tackle. That was a great play.
He and Orsted are doing a fantastic job there in the defensive line. Another loss on first down for LaPale on this drive, but they're still going. 5.5 minutes, as you can see.
Already 3 minutes shaved off, and they started in plus territory.
Stowe. High snap again. It's got pressure. A little screen pass. Great call, but nice ankle tackle there by, is it your guy again? Oh, no, that is 64, which is Sam Johnson. Grabbed him by his ankles and would not let go.
Good awareness there by Sam Johnson to realize the screen and call it out. You want to be able to yell, screen, 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 immediately.
Uh-oh.
And they did a good job there of just communicating that in general.
Looked like Dollar kind of went down to his knee there for a second, but
Yep.
he said no timeout taken, so the clock continues to run. 3rd and 5 here. You got to imagine, again, it's 2-down territory, as you mentioned earlier. Dollar now to the right of Stowe and not behind him. You got Allman to the right. They hand it off to Stowe. Wide open space is Dollar. He's going to get it, and he's going to get 1st and goal.
Was Moreau's the quarterback on that?
I honestly,
I think they just handed it to him.
Did he?
They were trying to do a little wild dog action here in the boneyard, but
A little wildcat.
what is?
You call it wild dog?
Yeah, the wild dog. What do they? Oh, I thought there was a red flag. It must have been a pylon or something.
Oh,
Need that.
It is. It goes to Moroz. It's over his head. He's trying to run away from it. He does get out to the sidelines.
Way to make something out of nothing.
And tackled by Schlamer. Yeah.
Okay, so I think what they're trying to do, catch him off guard. You're gonna get a different guy in there, sort of like the Miami Dolphins of a few years ago.
Ronnie
right?
Brown.
Yeah, Ronnie
Yeah.
Brown. Yeah. So, and with such a dynamic athlete back there, you can open up the playbook a lot. Maybe not throw so much because we haven't seen him throw, so I don't know what he's like. But you obviously open up a lot of different options for your guys.
He did gain positive yards, so it's 2nd and goal from the 7. Now Moroz goes out to the left in the slot. In the pistol is Stowe. Going to pitch it left to Dollar, looking to find some space. Great pursuit and closing that gap by Heritage Christian. He may lose a little bit on that play as well.
They came back to that pitch, and it worked earlier, but I think Heritage Christian learned their lesson from last time because the first time they did not tackle well, but this time they wrapped him up and contained him. And that's what's so important out of a 4-3 look like that, especially when you're in the red zone, is because you need to make sure that the outside is contained first. And you can let up the stuff on the inside because you got Waltz in there to stuff the run as long as he's in the right gap. But that was a great play. Way to be aware.
I'm just surprised how many times lapel ball carriers have split the defenders when multiple guys have been up there. That's
they're
really
shifty,
surprising.
slippery.
All right, 3rd and goal from the 7 as Dollar's in the backfield again with Stowe, going to his right side now. Running to his right. He's looking for a receiver. He's got an out pattern to LeClaire. He didn't get in the end zone, though. Nice tackle.
Now, this is the second time that LeClaire, he's just got to know where he is. It is 3rd down. So now it's decision time whether you get points or not. But just to the point of the route, the way that's supposed to run is called a fork concept. Excuse me, it's actually called a knife concept. Some other kitchen utensil, I don't know. But you basically run, if you're an outside receiver, you're going to run to the goal line, just stop and turn around like that. And with Stowe sprinting out like that, it gives him only so much time. So you need to make sure you get across the sticks, in this case, the end zone, immediately.
Great play there by Wolf. 4th and goal from the 5. We'll see what they got up their sleeve here as Stowe takes it. Faked it to Dollar, going back to him. Oh, and boy, what a great read there. Had the ball been a little bit lower, that could have been a pick 6.
That was I think that was a trick play there by Lapel, where he fakes the run to Dollar, and then Dollar kind of squeaks out there. But I think that was that who was that Schlamer or Thompson? I think it was Thompson. I think Schlamer's got the sleeves. That's how I was.
All right, so turnover and downs there after what was a tough red zone opportunity, but they're not able to convert the points. So let's go check out Northview and Guerin Catholic. Guerin up 7-0 in this one and marching back towards a scoring opportunity. Let's take it away with the call.
A great run by the Guerin Catholic senior running back.
Looked to be about a 6-yard pickup.
So that gives him, he's climbing already 61 yards on 4 carries for Jagger.
It's a strange situation when a 6-yard pickup actually brings your average down.
It has. It killed 3 yards from his average. But it's 3rd down and 2. Hall in motion. Jagger fights forward. The ball came out. Is it a turnover? And it is. Both teams have turned it over here in the first quarter. Guerin capitalized the last time, and now Northview gets a huge stop in their own red zone where Guerin has turned.
All right, let's jump back over to this matchup between Avon and Westfield. It's been a good one, as you can see, 24-21. Avon with the advantage, but if so far has been any indication that leads don't last very long in this one. So let's take it away with the call and see who can gain the advantage.
Here we go. Looks to throw. Fires and throws all the
Wide
way
open,
down.
Petey,
Got it. Touchdown, Shamrocks.
Wow.
What an awesome. You couldn't have put the ball anywhere else but there.
Oh, my goodness. Let's watch that again.
Here it is. Looks back to throw. Steps up. Amazing. Perfect. Touchdown. Well, just like that, 6:46 left to play in the second. Shamrocks looking to put another point on the board to make it 28-24.
I'll tell you what, Mason Peening is an outstanding football player. I mean, they know they're going to throw to him, okay, but you can't. I mean, he can get in the open every time.
Up and good, and just like that, Shamrocks lead again, 28-24.
All right, let's go back over to Ben Davis and Carmel. This one, our MIC Network Game of the Week, watchable in its entirety on IndyStar.com. As you can see, Carmel enjoying a 14-3 lead over Ben Davis, but they are still trying to cut into that lead a little bit and bring this one a little bit closer before we head into the second half. Let's take it away with the call.
Williams came in the backfield as an
Down at the
extra
25-yard
O-lineman.
line, and,
As Swanson throwing this off his
off the
back
back
foot.
foot.
Uh-oh, interception as Pennington comes up with the INT for the Greyhounds.
I'll tell you, that was probably an ill-advised throw off your back.
And a big interception there, so they're going to change possession. Let's get back over to Mooresville and Whiteland. Mooresville down 7-21 in this matchup. Still fighting and shooting for another opportunity at the end zone. That one not going to be the score they need, so we'll see what happens next.
The idea was there. I thought it was a great play call. I thought it was I thought the route was good. It just overthrew him.
1:06 to go on the clock, 2nd and 10. Ball sits at the Whiteland 22. Patterson rolling far side, going to run. Breaks one tackle, still driving forward. Greer finally brings him down around the 10-yard line.
Still not calling. There's timeout. Still wasted about 5 seconds, though.
Going to bring up 3rd and 3. Mooresville takes a timeout. 51.9 seconds remaining. Ball sits on the 15 or so.
All right, let's go back over to this matchup between Greenwood and Decatur Central. Greenwood still up 7-0 in this matchup, but back in the red zone. Let's see what happens.
To Jaden Evans, who
maybe got a 2,
maybe got to the 1, maybe got to the 2-yard line.
We're down. Definitely, Decatur Central is knocking on the door here on about the 1-yard line.
And because of that, they're going to call timeout.
Absolutely.
So 2 minutes left. Decatur Central does have 2 timeouts as they look to tie this ball game up.
If I'm Decatur Central, though, I'm letting this clock run as much as possible, putting the ball in the end zone, not giving Greenwood a lot of time to score, and then getting the ball after the second half. As Tank Stevens goes under center, Jaden Evans in the backfield, Will Starks in motion. As it'll be another give to Jaden Evans, and that'll be a touchdown, Decatur Central. Jaden Evans on the...
All right, so touchdown there. That one's going to, once again, be anybody's game. Let's go back over to Mooresville and Whiteland. This one still 7-21, so looking to close that gap is Mooresville, who is trailing. See what happens next with this one. And just to shout out some more work and some news you need to see if you want to know more about Mooresville, who's coming into this week 6-0. Just want to highlight a brand new story, new from Cowden and Rip, that was posted on IndyStar.com yesterday. Talks about the success they've had on the ground and the difference between the guy who's running the ball, Brecken Green, who is 5'6" and 160 pounds, but is tearing it up on the stat sheet thanks to him being able to follow on the offensive line a pair of Purdue recruits, go Boilers. I can't help myself. but he's got 6'4", 290-pound senior Zach Richards, as well as 6'6", 275-pounder Jalen Allstott Vandeventer to run behind. So that Mooresville rushing attack has been impressive all season long. And if you want to check out more about how these student athletes are bonding and tearing it up on the field, go to IndyStar.com and find this new story posted yesterday from Cal Niddenrip, who is out doing his thing right now on the field. So let's take it away with the call and enjoy the action.
3rd and 3 for Mooresville.
Warwick's dropping off of him.
The give to Green, right side. Green driving forward.
I think he got it.
I thought he got it as well. I haven't seen a signal yet.
They're going to measure.
36.1 seconds remaining.
Fourth and short.
Clock running. Mooresville coaches trying to get a sense of what's going on here as well.
I guess I understand why the clock stopped. The officials, I thought, were going to measure. They didn't, so we ran the clock again. The clock would not stop in that situation because it was not a first down.
Well, now they're going to measure.
So now they need to put the time back on the clock in that situation. So Lucas Corley, be ready for him to come here and confer with what our time says on our broadcast here. He's short.
Going to bring up 4th and very short. 28.9 seconds on the clock as it stands, but they need to add some time here. I assume they will. Although Mooresville now looking to rush to the line.
Patterson, quarterback keeper, get the first down and go from there.
4th down, clock running. Patterson coming near side. Has the first down, and they drag him out of bounds at about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, even better he got out of bounds, stops that clock, saves you using that last timeout for the half. You got 20 seconds left, and we're at the 2-yard line or so, 2 or 3. They're saying the 4-yard line.
Must have stepped out a little bit before. So they'll call it 1st and goal from the 4. 20 seconds to go. Patterson, same play. Coming near side. Got met near the line of scrimmage. And now Mooresville going to use their final timeout. So 13.7 seconds remaining. I don't think he got anything there, so I think it's going to be.
All right, Mooresville's going to use their final timeout. We will go back to that one so you don't miss the score. But Avon Westfield, this one moving quickly as it has all night. Let's get back over to it. 24-28 advantage Westfield. But I got a feeling that's not going to last long. Let's take it away with the call.
2nd down.
As Coach Gilbert says sometimes, he goes, he runs angry. That's definitely, he is definitely a competitor.
So here we go, 2nd and 3. Believe it or not, Perry, 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in the second.
Ooh.
Fires, throws.
Oh, pass interference. Somebody pushed off. May have been offensive. I don't know.
2 flags down. We'll see what we got here. That's an important flag here. It's on the defense. And that'll move the chains again.
But think about it, Jack. That may be your best defensive option with Peening. I mean, you know, okay.
We're going to pop back over to Mooresville and Whiteland as they come out of the timeout. We'll jump back and forth between these two matchups so you don't miss a single thing. But Mooresville, after using their final timeout of the half, is going to take an opportunity trying to close this gap between themselves and Whiteland. Quarterback throwing to the right, and it looks like he is in. So taking advantage, using that last timeout and calling the right play while they talked it over. So this one is going to go to 13-21, back over to Avon and Westfield. And Westfield on the run, Shamrocks rocking, touchdown, big run to the right. back-to-back scores. And where else are you going to get that? IndyStar Friday Night Live presented by Bath Experts. That's where you're going to get it. Only place you can get it. So, big scores back-to-back. Man, they are tearing it up in the first half. Let's find you some more action. And Guerin Catholic Northview, more sprints to the end zone. They're scoring faster than I can keep up with how our team is switching from game to game. But another touchdown. This one, Guerin Catholic is going to extend their lead over Northview, going up 13-0. Whew. You guys tired yet? Nah, I'm not. Let's find some more action. I get bored easily, and right now Heritage Christian and LaPel are going to keep me entertained. This one courtesy of Indiana SRN, 14-7. We'll see if they can get us another touchdown after back-to-back scores.
Our producer Ben is on it.
He's trying to stop it. Oh, let's see if we got slow-mo here.
I
think he hit his legs?
I don't know.
You can see everybody in the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, they have the best seat in the house.
All right,
Booth review.
Timeout for LaPel. 1 second. We'll take it with him. You're watching Eagles football on Indiana SRN.
Make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go.
All right, let's get back over to Martinsville and Perry Meridian. In this matchup, Martinsville has had command for most of the night, kind of trying to run away with it, but Perry Meridian sticking right with them, still on the board. So this one 3-20, but Perry Meridian not out of it yet. Let's also go back over and take a look at this matchup, Crimson Knights versus Covenant Christian. Covenant Christian, like I said, undefeated and cruising in this one, up big against the Crimson Knights, and they are continuing their pursuit of a perfect season. And this is a great way to continue to make that march in Week 7 with a big decisive victory over the Crimson Knights. All right, continuing to roll through the area, back over to Greenwood and Decatur Central. This one all knotted up 7-7. It's been a tough physical matchup and a great one we're able to bring you courtesy of our friends at DCHS Live. Again, this is a pay-per-view matchup. If you want to watch it in its entirety, please check them out and enjoy this action because this has been a heck of a game. Let's take it away with the call and bring you some more football on a Friday night.
Moving this back, I mean, it really
makes
the punt interesting.
Sure
and it makes the field position. I mean, you're going to be on the 40 or 30, and you can take a shot.
I think you go after him on the punt, too, because he's going to be punting from a shorter distance than he normally does, especially if Decatur Central can hold them here on this particular play. And I believe that Greenwood will try to run this ball and just try to get some positive yards.
I think Decatur Central is going to bring a whole lot of pressure here as Rupert will be in the shotgun.
He's going to keep it.
Really have nowhere to go. As that'll bring up 4th down for the Woodmen. As I think the Woodmen will allow this clock to go all the way down and take a timeout.
They'll probably take a timeout to get their tight punt set.
So Will Starks will be back deep to return.
So Decatur Central will look to return this punt, and the Greenwood will let this tick down, and there'll be about 30 seconds left as they'll have to punt it in a tight punt formation from their own end zone, which is always a little scary.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he'll have some room back there, but it'll be, obviously his back will be against the wall, the punter for Greenwood. Indicators, I think they can put some pressure on this punt.
Yeah, and don't sleep on Will Stark's return either.
No, he's fast.
He's a fast dude.
He might be our fastest player.
He kind of reminds me a lot of Carey.
All right, they're going to take a timeout and think it over. Let's jump back over to Northview and Guerin Catholic, where we're just able to bring you that last score from Guerin Catholic. Big run plays. They were able to extend their lead over Northview. Now let's see what happens next. See if Northview can get in this one.
Braden Hall.
That seems to be another 2-yard pickup for him. Hasn't topped 4 yards so far, but he's got plenty of time left in the game to really move those legs.
Yeah, he ran a long way to get 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4. And close to 5 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll be able to check some out-of-town scores later, but there's some big games going on, at least in the area. Westfield is in action. Carmel hosting Ben Davis. Zionsville hosting Brownsburg. I'll let you know what's happening around the state. Oh, this could be a first down if Gordon will go upfield. And Luke Moody almost had him short, but Gordon got his feet moving, and it's another first down for Elias Gordon. 3rd catch of the game. And here, Tom, take a peek at this one. He starts off going the wrong way.
There was that hole in the defense that I talked about early in the game. Guerin has to close those down, but in the meantime, Northview's picking up those yards, and they're doing what they can with it.
Gordon now has 3 catches for 38 yards. 2 of those have gone for first downs. Now here's Garrison. Fakes it to Allen's going to go downfield, lobs it, smacked away by Danny Rode. And Rode has closed down those roads downfield. He's got an interception and then denies Easton Morgan on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10.
If he had come down with that pass, it would have been a 25-yard pickup.
But he didn't. And Garrison, they've tried downfield and it has not really worked for him so far on the game. And we have a timeout on the play. It looks like. Who's taking it? Hold up.
All right, welcome back to the IndyStar Newsroom. IndyStar Friday Night Live presented by Bath Experts, and it's time for another batch of highlights collected by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team who are at the games around the area, capturing all the action. As it happens, we got 9 big highlights on deck, so let's get right to it. All right, first up, Mason Pining Westfield with a big receiving touchdown, and this one is going to put Westfield up 14-0. Man couldn't stay on his feet, but the receiver did. It's not how you want it to go if you're on defense. All right, next up, a name that's pretty familiar here on Friday Night Live. You got Carson Steele, the Warhorse, Center Grove with a big rushing touchdown. Not an unfamiliar sight. They're up 21-14 at that point, but there have been scores since then. Check out IndyStar.com for all the score updates on that game and all the others in the area. Next up, we've got Reese Novak, Edgewood, with a big tackle for a loss. It's 14-0 at this point. He slings them around. Love the giant swing. Looks like it's a WWE. Shouts out to Cesaro. I dig it. Next up, what we got? Reed Shepherd's Westfield with a big receiving touchdown, 21-0 at this point after this score. And we've shown you highlights of that game all night because the entire game has been a highlight, and we're able to bring it to you, one of our games on the live game docket. Next up, we've got Cubby Jones, Marion, with a big rushing touchdown. At this point, this is going to put him up 21-0. Holding his hand out because he knows no one's going to take it from him. Like the swag, I enjoy it. Next up, David Bate there. Lawrence North receiving touchdown. That's going to put him up 7-3. Just a nice little pitch and catch, nothing too fancy. You got some big height on the celebration, though. Don't hurt your teammate. Next up, we got Jackson Schott, Center Grove, with a big interception, defensive plays, making it happen here on the highlight reel. And he just kind of tossed it away like Kobe at the end after making that pick. William Newby Sullivan, 50-yard rushing touchdown in this one. Let's watch him break free. And after this 50-yard sprint, they went up 21-0. So a lot to celebrate in that one. And they're still celebrating. All right, last play in this slate of highlights. We've got Connor Dope, Center Grove, with a one-handed catch, showing the athleticism. So, big action all around the area, brought to you by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team, who is collecting these highlights. They're at the games, on the sidelines, doing their thing and working hard. So, big thank you to them for all their hard work. And we've been working hard, so we're going to take a quick break with a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. Don't go anywhere.
Need my run back. See, I figured out your approach, so I'ma need my dub back. L don't stand for loss, it stand for learning. Long as this earth is turning, I'm getting better with time. Aging like Buddha and wine. I'm making the hard reads, adjusting one step at a time. A little practice, now my scope and my chakras aligned. Marking my targets, he's an assassin.
All right, welcome back to the IndyStar Newsroom. You're here on Week 7 of IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. I just want to take a moment. We are in Week 7, but want to say a big thank you to all of the viewers who have joined us so far for our second season of action. It has been an unprecedented season for so many reasons, not just because of the circumstances, but because of the support. You guys have tuned in like crazy, supporting not just the work we're doing, but high school athletes across Indiana who are bringing the action and a little bit of relief to everyone on Friday nights. So far, I don't like to usually toot our own horns, but I'm going to do some tooting. Shouts out to the Bell. We are so far coming off of last week, which was our highest viewed show in this show's existence, and we have had more viewers so far this year than we did all of last season. That was including some big playoff matchups, and that is only possible thanks to all the viewers and all of our network partners who are working with us to bring you this action like nobody else can. So I always want to take the opportunity and be a little bit sappy to say big thank you for everyone who hangs out with us on Friday nights. You could be anywhere else in the world, and you're here with me, so I appreciate that. So let's get back into some action on Week 7. Going right over to a matchup we've spent a lot of time with so far, Greenwood, Decatur Central. This one's still as tight as it can be, all knotted up 7-7 as we are here in the second, and we're going to take it away with the call and see if anyone can break this stalemate.
I think you take a shot at the end zone here, and then you look to do something with it, and he got a touchdown.
Touchdown, Peyton Broadwater gets both feet inbounds. The Hawks will take a 13-7 lead over the Greenwood Woodmen.
So big throw and catch, and that was the Peyton Broadwater show. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we talked
Every
about
down was
we talked
to
about
Peyton Broadwater.
seniors. We talked about seniors stepping up, and he's one that obviously stepped up right there, and good throw and catch by Stevens to Broadwater as the impending extra point, with the Hawks up 13-7 with 2 seconds left on the clock.
All
For Garin
Decatur
Catholic.
Central touchdown. Talk about breaking the stalemate.
Saw Scotty
They did it
Smith
almost
running on
on
to
command,
reinforce
so
that
one's
defensive
gonna
line.
go to 13-7, back over to
Ferrucci out
Northview.
there.
Garin Catholic. Garin still enjoying that 13-0 advantage. Let's take it away with the call.
All set and ready to throw an option if they needed it.
And it's a timeout on the field. We'll take it to 1:48 to go here on Golden Eagle TV, presented by Indy.
All right, well, time out there. So let's get you some action. Avon Westfield. This game has been in the red zone for what feels like all night long, 24-35, and another timeout in this one. But again, this matchup has been full of fireworks. I'm sure the score can indicate it, but we brought you some highlights, and we'll bring you some more. Let's find you some more action first, and we will check in on that one. Back over to this big game so far, at least for Covenant Christian. They are absolutely cruising here against the Crimson Knights. As I said at the top of the show, and a reminder, Covenant Christian coming in 6-0 and continuing their march towards a potentially perfect season. So every single win is going to be a big one when you're looking to notch a record like that. So let's take it away with the call and see if they continue their sprint towards perfection.
On the floor, ground.
I don't believe he needs it. It is good.
My goodness. If the young man is
All right, and that extra point is good. Let's go back over to Avon Shamrocks now that they are out of that timeout and see if they can put some more points on the board.
And so sometimes you have to be hit right in the face to, especially when you got a group of kids like he's got here at Westfield, because they didn't like that taste.
They did not.
That was not a good flavor for them.
Well, and let's keep in mind, Cathedral went on to then beat Carmel and Penn. So. So here we go. Three on the far side. Empty backfield. Webster keeps it himself. Gain of a couple on the play. That'll bring up second and goal.
Well, we're going to bring Hauser back out here. He got one play rest, so. But I would like to see him score that touchdown because he set it up. So But this is a team, and they play for their brothers, and whoever gets that ball to do it's what they're going to do.
Yeah, there's a flag on the play. It's like a false start. Yep, that moved the ball back. Sometimes, when you get something like that, it's not always the worst thing in the world because it does give you a little bit more space
to work with.
Because as you approach closer and closer, your playbook gets a little.
There's a reason why they call it the red zone, right? This is probably pretty good for both teams to catch a breath here a little bit on this flag, so this is not all bad, but timeout. Avon.
All right, taking a break there, so let's go back to Northview and Guerin. Northview marching inside the 10, trying to get on the board in this one. Let's take it away with the call.
13 of 17 from extra point range, so this might be 4-down territory for Keegan Garrison and the Knights. They want to end it here on third, but it's incomplete to Elias Gordon. Just a little high of him.
Both Gordon and Bonomo have been targeted 6 times, but it seems like Gordon's had more trouble bringing the ball in. He's missed it 3 out of those 6.
And this is what the third one looked like. Just high. That was a little behind him, too.
And it's hard to blame him for that one.
They had Novlin on one end, and the offense appears to be out there for Northview. They are going for it. They've turned it over on downs once this game. But if you're not confident, and it's not just Patrick Corrigan, it's high school football. Typically don't have the kickers with tremendous legs, and this one is incomplete for Bonomo. It was off-body throw, and it's a turnover on downs again. The third turnover.
All right, turnover on downs there, so let's go back to Avon and Westfield. They are working from not the most ideal position if you are trying to keep this from getting out of hand, because Westfield once again on the attack and score conversion. They are going to extend the lead in that one. So it's getting a little bit tougher from Avon. They got a lot of kind of space to fill here as this game progresses, but we'll see if they can do it. They've been tough all season and tough all game. So we'll see if they can bounce back in this one, but Shamrock's cruising. Let's jump back over HSC in Noblesville. This one, HSC up 13-3 against Noblesville, and they are getting rolling. One of the first games to come out of the half, so they are kicking off the third quarter here, and we will take it away with the call, see if anyone can change their fortunes in the second half. HSC has been rolling, but Noblesville scoring at the end of the first half, so we'll see if they can keep that momentum up and get some more points on the board. But putting the ball on the ground isn't the way to do it. He picks it up. He is sprinting 20-10, touchdown. Well, what's that thing we said about momentum? HSC still's got it, so we're going to see them celebrate there and find you some more action from around the area. Let's take another look at that. Well, actually, let's go over to Northview Guerin Catholic, because Northview is still working. We don't want to miss that. But again, that score being extended in favor of HSC over Noblesville. Let's take it away with the call in this one.
Snap it one more time. So as we get ready for halftime, Tom, what are some of your reflections? Guerin has been the aggressor in this game. They haven't got the yardage, but they haven't really needed to.
That is true. Guerin has been able to capitalize on amazing field position through this game, through a couple picks and fumbles here and there. But for the most part, the numbers for Northview actually look better. They're outpacing Guerin by only 4 yards at the moment, but they've had to make up a lot more field distance this game.
One more snap for Guerin Catholic. And never mind. A little penalty flag on the field. And depending on how things go, this might be a little delay game against Guerin Catholic. They might not be run another play. It'll be the first penalty of the game against Guerin. Very few penalties in this game. 3 combined between the two teams.
That's what you like to see in high school football. You know that the kids are well coached. You know that they're out there to get the job done. And for the most part, they're doing it.
4 seconds on the clock. 3rd down and 7. And Sam Miller hands it to the up back Braden Hall, and we're going to halftime. And if you're a Guerin Catholic fan, you're pretty pumped. You haven't seen your Golden Eagles score since September the 11th. And here on October 2nd, Guerin Catholic leads 13-0. And they've done so on the strength of a strong rushing attack. Jagger, Albert, and Guerin Catholic have rushed for 103 yards. Not all by Jagger, but all 2 touchdowns were by him. And Guerin leads 13-0. So we get ready for halftime. It'll be fun.
All right, half there. So let's go back over to this matchup, our MIC Network game of the week that you can watch in its entirety on IndyStar.com. Ben Davis and Carmel. Carmel up 21-3 in this one.
10 for the Greyhounds, ball at the 24-yard line. They had 110 yards through the air, 96 yards on the ground, over 200 yards of total offense in that first half. Will it be second verse, same as the first in this second half, as Osborne keeps it himself up the gut. Will be brought down after a gain of a couple there by Marcus Howard.
I tell you what, yeah, he faked it to White, just pulled it back from White and just took it right up the gut himself there. Picked up 7, actually 6.
And a nice play there, like with the Greyhounds offense, getting the ball in their playmakers' hands with White as well as Jordan Jones back there. Osborne can keep it himself. So many threats on that running attack.
Again, I like Carmel. Again, they're playing so much better than they did in the first couple of games of the season. Well, actually, they played well in the opener, but, you know, those middle games were a problem. But they are coming together here.
Look out, Zach White.
All right, back over to Avon Westfield. This one now 42-24 after that last score we were able to bring you from Westfield. But Avon still very much in it and trying to put some more points on the board, already approaching the 20. And if the early parts of this game are any indication, Avon is not going to go down without a fight. So I fully expect more potential scores and score changes in this one as they march towards halftime.
They will be kicking to the Shamrocks in the second half.
Yes.
Three on the near side, one on the far side. Shotgun formation. Ball on the 20-yard line. Looks, keeps it himself.
Nothing there. They kind of sniffed that out pretty good there. Seth Martin on the tackle there for
35 seconds. He's going to step up. Fires, throws, incomplete. So 23 seconds left to play in the second quarter. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line.
That was really a big play by Hoover over there because Hessen had some daylight there, and he saw Hoover coming quickly, and he pulled up and threw that incomplete pass. So end zone, no.
He's got
good coverage here.
Still good coverage. Plenty of time. Intercepted. And who's that interception by? Voris.
Of course.
Oh, well, the quarterback had a lot of time in there, but unfortunately, interception, that is going to derail their momentum in that one. So let's jump back over to HSE and Noblesville, 20-3 advantage HSE, but Noblesville not giving up in this one, trying to push and fight right back. Got a big second half coming up. We'll see what they can do with it.
Another 11.
Millers have found something in the Royals defense that they're taking advantage of. Earlier in this game, they just could not go anywhere.
1st and goal at the 2. This one, handoff. Touchdown. 28, Trey Speak.
Take a look at this replay, Craig. Just gets a hole right in the middle there.
All right, big things happening there for Noblesville, pushing it all the way in. So let's jump back over to Mooresville and Whiteland. This one getting rolling in the second half after an action-packed first half. As you can see, Whiteland enjoying just a one-score advantage, 21-14. But Mooresville still very much in it. Still anyone's game. Looking forward to see who can take this one. Mooresville comes in 6-0. Whiteland comes in 5-1. Big game energy. Let's take it away with the call.
Good attack on 15.
If you're Coach Gillen, you got to be ticked, for lack of other words, for what happened on that play. You don't want to give them the free yardage of 15 additional yards on the play. It's a bonehead play.
That was the first play from scrimmage in the second half. Run by Crowley to the far side, and then he got tackled out of bounds, so it's going to be a personal foul. Here's another look. And a couple of yards out of bounds.
I guess they're saying he never let go of them as they were going out of bounds because he made initial contact. It looked like they were still in bounds. I think it's kind of cheap after seeing it back.
First down for Whiteland. Ball sits at Mooresville's 41. Valentine up the middle. Picks up a couple. And going to bring up 2nd and 7 for Whiteland.
I'm waiting for the fake handoff to Valentine, a little halfback toss. Because Moores was doing such a nice job of clogging up the middle. You can suck him there and just pitch that out there.
2nd and 7 for Whiteland, early third quarter. Valentine up the middle, has some room. Brought down at about the 31, going to be close to a first down. Caden Robinson on the tackle there, brings up 3rd and 1 here for Whiteland.
2-down territory. Is this where you look to air it out? I'm 0 for 20 tonight, so.
Valentine goes off. Oliver and Wood are in the backfield. Crowley and Sullivan to the near side. Crowley coming back. Ball up the middle. And a short gain. Looks like the spot to the near side.
Yeah, they got it to him.
Going to be a first down for Whiteland. Ball at the 29 of Mooresville.
You score here, and you're going to remind Mooresville of the 15-yard penalty they got, which, again, I think it was kind of not as significant as what it was actually called, but it hurt you.
Coming
Hold.
near side.
That's a hold.
Murray tackled.
I thought it was a hold right in there on 24.
I think the Mooresville fans agree with you. I don't see any flag down, and going to bring up 2nd and 8 for Whiteland.
Yeah, it looked like Dalton DeBon actually locked him up versus just getting inside those shoulder pads. And he let go, but I thought he held it long enough to give the advantage to the running back.
Whiteland with 300 yards rushing or more against every team except for Decatur Central. And they're certainly well on their way here tonight. Valentine up the middle, driving forward, and the yards seem to be harder and harder to come by here for Whiteland. Going to bring up 3rd and 6 for the Warriors.
That's why I think a little misdirection play here somehow. It's 2-down territory. Coach Fisher has shown that all year.
8:50 to go, third quarter. Whiteland with a 21-14 lead. This is their first drive of the second half. Motion there on Whiteland.
Got whistles.
Crowley was going to be open on the play. Instead, it'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Warriors.
Illegal procedure, false start. We got to tell Dave Edens, the officials need to look at us. We're more important than the guys up in the main press box.
I agree. We'll have to talk with Dave about that. 3rd and long here for Whiteland.
Mooresville fans doing a great job of being loud over here.
Up the middle, Valentine breaks a tackle. Valentine into the end zone, touchdown.
Wow. He found his mojo back from the first quarterback again. He was touched on that one, but it's still impressive play with speed.
3rd and long. They go back to Valentine. He finds.
All right, big running touchdown in that one. They're going to extend their lead. That rushing attack we mentioned paying dividends. But we've got some more highlights aside from all the touchdowns we've brought you with our live coverage, with our captured footage from our IndyStar Friday Night Live team that's dispatched out at the games doing their thing. Big board of highlights, so let's get right into it. First up, Mason Fining. He's been in this highlight reel already tonight. Westfield with a big rushing touchdown. Oh, excuse me. That's not a rushing touchdown. That's a passing touchdown. My bad. Sometimes you read incorrectly, but a big catch for him. They're going to go up at that point 28-24. Next up, Josh Bell for Marion, receiving touchdown. That one put them up 28-0. All right, next highlight. We've got Trenton Veef, Center Grove, with a big receiving touchdown. Ooh, look at it, making it happen. They went up 29-14 at that point. Next up, we've got Demarion Walker for Central long kickoff return. He's going to pick it up right off the ground and just foot race everybody. Big return, not able to get it to the end zone, but some great field position for his team there. Next up, we've got Jeremiah Hernandez, Warren Central, with a long catch and run. Quarterback putting it right over his shoulder, and he's going to add on some more yards. Defender's not giving up on the play, though, dragging him down right at the 2, but a heck of a catch and run after the fact. Next highlight. We've got Micah Hauser, Westfield, big rushing touchdown. That's going to put Westfield up 35-24, and we've had a chance to see this game progress throughout the evening. Westfield making it happen with that rushing attack in a big way. Next up, we've got Rogelio Diaz, Evansville Central, with a big rushing touchdown. This one is going to put them up. This was their first points of the game, kind of striking blood, going up 6-0 with that one. Reaching over, making sure he breaks that plane, getting those 6. All right, next we've got Peyton Orzini Castle with a big rushing touchdown. That's going to put him up 10-7 in this matchup against Jasper. You can see him breaking, bouncing off defenders left and right, and just muscling it in for 6. All right, and the last highlight of this batch, we've got Ryan Taylor, Mater Day, with a catch and run touchdown, and he's just going to roll it right in, a leisurely stretch in for 6, and the dive. Big play for Mater Day. All right, so that is our latest batch of highlights. Again, that is captured by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team who are out at the games live doing their thing. So big thank you to them for the hard work they're doing. If you're at one of the games and you see them, tell them I said what's up. Got to take a quick break with a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts. All right, welcome back to the IndyStar Newsroom. I am your host, Justin Mack. IndyStar Friday Night Live presented by Bath Experts. Thanks for joining us, and let's get you some action.
That's like a long
here
7
on this
there.
Friday night of football, going right back over to HSC and Noblesville. HSC up 20-10, but Noblesville making it happen on the ground the last time we visited this game, grinding out some clock, but getting that 6 points. So they are already marching towards the fourth quarter in this one, running out of time, and he is running out of field because he is in the end zone. Big score. HSC is going to go up 26-10 in this one, extending their lead and somewhat undoing that big drive that Noblesville had last time out. Jumping right back over to one of our pay-per-view matchups, this matchup with Decatur Central enjoying a lead right now. We were able to bring you that last touchdown too, but Greenwood still very much in this thing. Let's take it away with the call and see who can gain an advantage here in the third quarter.
It's really opened him up, and he's really opened up and shown what he can do, and he's more comfortable now.
Yeah, he really has. He's been able to kind of our go-to receiver lately.
I mean, with Javon kind of out really in the first half, and Stevens has really got comfortable there with Broadwater.
It's been a good combination. Is Tracy to the top with Matt Cook, Jaden Evans in good motion, and it's going to be Caleb Hicks right up the middle, and he's going to get positive yards, gain of 4 or 5. So the Hawks offense is moving the ball so far in this half.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, it's really been the story of this second half. The Hawks have really been able to dictate the drive, and they've really been able to move the chains every down. And what's not like the first drive.
It's not, and so far there's been no penalties. I don't want to jinx the Hawks offense, but there's been no penalties to set them backwards. And so far everything's been on track when it comes to running the football and the throw there to Broadwater to get the first down. So 2nd down and 8. Decatur Central will come out. Stevens at quarterback still. He's in shotgun. Caleb Hicks behind Stevens.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
And Decatur Central looks to pass it. Stevens has, and it is a catch. And
Is
it looks
that
to be a
Jaden
catch
Evans?
by number 15, Jaden Evans. So Jaden Evans, number 15, who doesn't catch too many balls, but it was able to hang on to that one for
does look like he might have a shoe untied too.
Near a first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Hawks.
I don't think he's realized it, but Jaden Evans does have a shoe untied.
Yeah. So
Shoestring
far, Javon has been out there, but hasn't really got anything thrown his way or ran his way. It's going to be trips to the top side. Backside here is Broadwater by himself. And again, Evans in the backfield. Shotgun snap. And he's going to give it right up the middle and fake and keep it. And he is going to get around the end and get close to a first down again on the run on this side. And I think he is going to move the chains on that run.
And those of you.
All right, going to go back over to this matchup between Whiteland and Mooresville. Been a good matchup. Mooresville still trailing 14-28 in this one. But both teams coming in with great records and great front lines, big rushing attacks on both sides of the ball. So as we've seen them doing it on the ground, and almost just like on cue, they do it on the ground again. So that has been kind of the story of this matchup. If you can run the ball, you can score the points. Mooresville doing it right there. So jumping back over to this matchup, Greenwood, Decatur Central, 14-7 advantage, Decatur Central.
A run by Evans, and he is broke free, and there's a penalty flag on the play. So this long run by Evans is going to come back on a hold, Decatur Central. So add another penalty to Decatur Central. So one more penalty for Decatur Central. That brings this particular game to eight penalties. So obviously they had 5 last week, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, 5 last week and 15 the week before that.
So maybe 8's their average.
Hopefully we can get that. The Decatur Central team can get that to their average.
So that's going to bring up a first down, but it's going to negate a big run by Evans, who had got the ball inside the 15. So Decatur Central breaks huddle again. Looks like a run and shoot formation. Tracy and Broadwater down to the bottom, and Hicks and Cook to the top. And Stevens is going to look to pass. And it's going to be Tracy for a touchdown.
Touchdown.
So Javon was able to, as we look at the replay here in a minute, you're going to see Stevens on a quick.
Oh, is Javon okay?
On a quick, you're going to see Stevens with a quick fake.
Pump fake and really caught the
It sure did,
and
they bid on the pump fake. So I'll let you take us through this.
See, look, pump fake. 44 is out here, and Javon Tracy he's broke.
All right, touchdown there. That's a Javon Tracy touchdown, a very common thing. So Decatur Central enjoying another touchdown in that one. So back over to our MIC Network game of the week. As always, watchable in its entirety on IndyStar.com. Carmel with a big lead in the third and very close to the fourth quarter, 21-3. We'll see how Ben Davis can bounce back in this one.
14-13.
That is close, but I tell you what, that would be a huge win for LN if they can finally beat the Warriors.
Be a big-time program boost after beating Ben Davis in overtime. Looking for back-to-back wins over the east side and the west side.
And had Carmel on the ropes.
Absolutely.
I mean, they actually played some really good football this year.
Wildcats are dangerous, and they're.
All right, going back over to Heritage Christian and LaPale. This matchup still 14-17. Been that way for a while as they are getting rolling here in the third, but game is very much in striking distance for any team. Heritage Christian looking to try and hold on to this lead that they were able to put together early in the first half, and we'll see if they can hold on to it.
I'm not sure what to do. So what that does is it throws them off.
All right, let's jump back over to Ben Davis and Carmel, and we'll jump back and forth between these two games as both teams move closer and closer to the red zone. So keeping an eye on this one, Ben Davis, Carmel up 21-3.
We've actually seen it.
Well, there's a question of if the MIC is down when I think it should be. Is Center Grove really that good?
Is Center Grove really that good?
They have raised the bar. They are one of the top nationally ranked teams, and for good reason. Osborne outside, chopped down by Charles Knuckles, again making plays in the backfield. Going to bring up 4th down and about 7 as the punt unit comes on for the Greyhounds, but successfully ran the ball into enemy territory. And we'll give it back to the Giants with less than a minute to go in the third.
I'll tell you what, I would love to have seen New Powell in Center Grove, because New Powell last couple years have owned Center Grove.
That would have been a game. Charlie Spiegel had another year of eligibility. As Schaefer gets this one off the side of his foot, not going to be returnable, and going to dribble out of bounds, close to it, right at the 24-yard line.
All right, taking a break, and let's go check in on Perry Meridian and Martinsville. Martinsville up big so far in this one, 21-3, as they are rolling and approaching the 5-minute mark here in the third quarter. Slanging it out to the receiver. Was he able to roll in? Not quite. Rolled the wrong way, or did he get the touchdown? Well, just a celebration. We'll see where they pick it up and see if they're able to actually get that 6. So, again, Martinsville, big lead over Perry Meridian. This one brought to us by our friends at MHS Rewind and the call provided by Eric Meyer.
And there's the touchdown. LaFerry with the score.
All right, a little bit of sleight of hand there in the backfield, switching it up and running to the left for the score for Martinsville. They're going to extend their lead. Let's check back in with Northview and Guerin. Guerin still up 13-0. Last time we were here, Northville was getting close, but not able to take advantage of that field position to get the points. We'll see if they can bounce back in this one.
Very much so. And still with a 2-score lead, Guerin's offense. They need 8 of them. McGreel creeps into the slot. He's got 2 catches on the game. Miller looking towards Stubbs, will run. He's got room, and he has a first down. Heady play by junior quarterback Sam Miller, getting the first down. Gain of about 9 on the play, and the chains will move. Take another peek at that one.
You can see here that he's looking for his wide receivers, and the defense is just too good. They've got it covered, so he's got to take his feet to the ground.
It's 8 yards for Miller on the game. Trending in the positive direction. Clock trying to whittle away. Guerin can't play too conservatively yet. Northview's offense can be explosive. They average 304 per game. They're not there yet. Jagger Albert might get there by himself, though. Another first down. Strong run by Jagger. That's 11.
You can see him just explode out of the backfield as soon as the quarterback hands him the ball. The ball gets snapped. It goes right into his hands. He finds the hole, and he is gone, picking up as many yards as he can before he's tripped up.
Dylan White, the junior safety, makes the tackle on the play. And Guerin now moves into Northview territory across the 50. Back-to-back first down runs.
All right, we're going to check back in on this Mooresville-Whiteland matchup, another one of our pay-per-view matchups we're able to bring you parts of, courtesy of our friends at the Warrior Beat Sports Network. Mooresville driving, still down by 1 score, 21-28. Whiteland with the advantage. Both teams making it happen big behind those big old linemen on the ground. So this has been a hard-nosed battle. If anyone who likes running games and some hard-hitting football, this has been the game for you. We're going to take it away with the call and see if Mooresville can turn this drive into a tying and scoring opportunity.
Makes a cut, has the first down, crosses midfield, and a first down here for the Pioneers.
When you get 4 to 5 yards on every touch, though, it's pretty easy. When you get 8 to 10, like you said, it's in there in the middle of second quarter on. It's really easy. Just like that, they're in Whiteland territory.
And Maxwell Sullivan comes on, going to play some defense here as well for Whiteland. Green up the middle. And brought down. Hughes in there for the Whiteland stop. No gain on the play.
I can only suspect with Sullivan, they're trying to use his height and get some more pressure on the quarterback to kind of impact some vision for Patterson.
Early fourth quarter. Mooresville, 2nd and 10. Ball at Whiteland's 48. Green brought down in the backfield, and 2 nice plays in a row by this Whiteland defense. Going to bring up 3rd and long.
Big play for Whiteland's defense here. 3rd and long right now. If you can hold them just a couple yards here, I think you have to punt. if you're Coach Gillen, because you got to push Whiteland back as far as you can. I don't think you want to give Whiteland the ball at midfield.
3rd and 12. Patterson looking to throw. Has time. Steps up in the pocket.
There's
now
Solomon.
hit. And he will go down. He's still driving forward, but it's not going to be near enough. Warriors' coverage was good. Offensive line for Mooresville did a good job for a while there. And then all of a sudden, Patterson had nowhere to go.
Well, you hit it on the dot there. The coverage by the DBs was great there to start off. And then Sullivan, they would turn that corner, and Max Sullivan, they would get that pressure. And he's the one that forced Patterson up in the pocket towards the line.
So 4th and 10 here for Mooresville. Again, they bring their backup quarterback on, but he's also the punter.
I can't imagine you going for this. There's too much time.
And they will pass down to the near sideline, and it's knocked away, and that's going to be pass interference.
Yep, it's going to be an automatic first down. He didn't turn it around at all and look for that ball, and you could have argued he didn't do it in the first half either. What a major penalty, and it's a legit penalty.
Gutsy call there by the Mooresville staff. Casper on the near sideline. It was good coverage, and here's another look. And goes as pass interference against the Warriors. So going to be a first down for the Pioneers.
It's a great play call by Gill, and I would never imagine you would air that out. But again, we talk about the Achilles heel of this Warrior deep.
All right, let's jump back over to Avon and Westfield. Been hanging with this game quite a bit. Westfield looking to put this game more out of reach, and they are able to do it. Touchdown, Westfield on the ground. That's going to push this one further out of Avon's reach. So let's jump back over to Mooresville Whiteland, keep you abreast of everything that's happening in this matchup. Quarterback taking a shot for the end zone, and that shot is good. Big touchdown for Mooresville. Talked about their big run game behind those O-linemen, but those O-linemen also provide a lot of time for their quarterback on that drive. This time it paid off with 6 big points and just the score they needed. Back over Northfield, Gearin Catholic, enjoying that 13-0 lead, and they have been up for most of this one. They look like they are not letting this one go. Let's take it away with the call and see what happens next.
Quick throw down, check down to Edwards, and he's able to complete it in front of Corbin Allen.
It looked like the defense was going for a strip on that pass.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and long for Gearin Catholic. Gain of a bit. Does make it more manageable, though. Got about 4 on the play.
All right, let's also go check back in with Greenwood and Decatur Central. Last time we were here, Decatur Central extending their lead by another touchdown courtesy of a pass to Javon Tracy, putting them up 21-7. So Greenwood still trying to play catch up, but lots of time left. These two teams have been keeping it neck and neck all night. See what they can do with the red zone opportunity, and they just walk it right in. Little push there in the end zone there. It's getting chippy, but that doesn't change the score. So that's going to be 13-21. It's Greenwood looks to close that deficit. Back over Northview, Gearin Catholic.
Dilly, that is what Gearin Catholic will do here. In comes Braden Hall. Out goes Noah Stubbs. Maybe a run coming up for Gearin Catholic, and the run game has been going really well for Gearin on this game.
That is absolutely true. This quarter alone, they picked up 43 yards on the ground. That's almost as much as they got in the entire first quarter.
Yeah, 146 on the game. They're throwing, though. Miller fades it. Glenn, baby, did he have it? Touchdown!
That is exactly what Gearin was hoping for. They haven't had too many pass yards in the game so far, and that makes a huge difference.
First touchdown of the year for Ryan Glenn, and he obliterated what had been his receiving total on the season on that play. More than doubled it. And here's what it looked like, folks. Miller, well-timed. Hang on there, Ryan. And he does. Touchdown, Gearin Catholic. And it's a 3-score lead for the home Golden Eagles.
And that one play brings their quarter total up past anything that they've seen so far. They are really using the momentum coming out of halftime.
And now Garin Catholic going to go for 2, trying to get back to that 21 mark. Make it a full 3-score lead. They missed an extra point the last touchdown, not because of Addison Lucian's inaccuracy. They muffed the snap. Miller, Jagger, Albert running through people, but not enough of them. So it's going to stay at 19, and Garin Catholic does have the lead here in the third quarter. Northview next on Golden.
All right, cutting back over to this matchup. Been a good one. Mooresville, Whiteland all knotted up. We were able to bring you that big touchdown pass that tied this one up. So the kickoff opportunity here as the fourth quarter rolls on. Up in the air. See if they can bring it back. Oh, ball's on the ground. We got to scramble, and we've got a lot of celebrating on the Mooresville bench. And it looks like they are able to reclaim possession. So they went from being down 21-8, big score courtesy of that catch. And now after the kickoff, ball on the ground, and they are once again back in possession of the ball with fantastic field possession. So from being a one-score game where they're down, they have a chance to go up 1 score in a matter of moments. That is how you capitalize on momentum and try and push the game into your favor. Big play action for Mooresville. Let's take it away with the call and see if they can take advantage of this great field possession or if they squander it away. Not to try and, put any shade on or anything like that.
You look at Whiteland's expressions in the field right now. They're shell-shocked at the moment.
Green up the middle, short gain. So just a couple of plays ago, it was 4th down and long for Mooresville at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
The punter was in. And now look at this formation. Most of the line over to the left-hand side. Patterson has it, looking to throw. Dumps it underneath for Brecken Green. And he is hit hard there. And we've got a flag flying. The hit was up high. Is that going to be the call? Unsportsmanlike against Whiteland.
Spearing. You don't want to see a coach call a timeout to get your team focused, but this may be a situation. I don't know. It's just Whiteland's pretty rattled right now. Mooresville showed the composure and this experience they've had the last couple of years, and now it's paying off right now. And Whiteland's not been in this position.
And again, a really unusual formation there on Mooresville.
And Whiteland did not look like they had seen that anywhere on previous game tape.
And I was wondering if it was an illegal formation called the polecat. Apparently, have seen different variations of that a few times.
Not as bad as Pat McAfee and whoever else it was with the Colts.
The infamous 4th down.
Oh, God. That's the curse that's killed us since.
So 1st and goal here for Mooresville after the penalty. Patterson to Green. Green at the 5 and taken down there. Hughes in on the tackle for Whiteland.
Yeah, you're right. You're just talking about 6-7 plays ago. You're talking about 4th down at the 50-yard line and fumble, and now you're looking to score.
28 all. Mooresville looking to stay undefeated. Whiteland looking for a share of the conference title. Mooresville has had to fight back since the first quarter. They've drawn even. Now they look for the go-ahead. Patterson untouched. Great fake to Brimage.
Yeah.
And Patterson ran it right up the middle. And Mooresville has their first lead.
Some trickery there by Coach Gillen, and that's what I was expecting to see a little more in the first half. And they've opened it up this half with the passing game down the field. And then the unusual formation, the polecat, which I think I've seen once in my life. Prior to that, I didn't know that was the name. So I learned something there, but just great execution by Mooresville this half. They earned this score.
7:27 to go. Mooresville takes the lead.
Griff Whalen, yes.
When's the last time you heard Griff Whalen's name?
You know, I actually liked him for a while. Anybody who's related to or connected to Andrew Luck, I thought was a great chemistry thing. Boy, we were fooled. Kobe Fleener.
Kick is up. It is good, and Mooresville has taken the lead. 35-28.
I'll go back to.
All right, so Mooresville making it happen, going up by 1 score with a touchdown and the extra point courtesy of sophomore quarterback Nicholas Patterson, who ran it in. Just to give you some context on that huge turnaround, they are up by a score, but at one point not too long ago, that game was 28-14 advantage Whiteland, now 35-28 advantage Mooresville. That's one we're going to check back in on, but for now, let's go back over to Avon and Westfield. Westfield with a big lead, 49-24, and cruising again on offense, getting close and looking to make this one that might be a bridge too far for Avon. Let's see what happens and take it away with the call.
Is this the next Micah Hauser, huh?
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, he's learning from Micah. I think that's a bigger
yeah,
piece of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks, hands the ball off again. Still on his feet. Looks like a gain enough for the first down.
Good job there by the young freshman. Well, they haven't given the signal. Yeah, they did now. Didn't they?
Yes.
Let that clock run. Is that Hauser back in there now? Yeah.
Yep, Hauser in the backfield. Looks still on his feet. Gain of 4 on the play.
Just pure power, man. Lower your head and go. Good blocking by Zach Williams up front there to help Hauser up. So out on that run.
Real quick, I know at the half, Bishop Chatard leads Maryville. I know we had talked about that game, 21-14. Looks, fires, throws, incomplete.
Shepard's the intended receiver there. Looked like he bumped him a little quick, but, you know, we're up here and they're down there, and they can see a lot better than we can. Not really with my screen, but.
Shotgun formation, 3 on the near side. Ball on the 9-yard line.
7:12 left to go here in the third quarter.
Need to get to about the 3-yard line. Almost complete, but that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the kicking team.
Well, Sullivan needs to practice the field goals too, so.
Homecoming night for the Greyhounds is looking good. 4th quarter, Carmel 28, Ben Davis 9.
And it's good by Sullivan.
Up and good. 7:04 left to play in the third. Shamrocks lead 52-24.
So with that field goal, Westfield going to secure themselves a 50-burger, going up 52 points now, and jumping back over to Martinsville and Perry Meridian. Martinsville, touchdown, and they are extending their lead. They've given Perry Meridian a tough time all night, so 28 20-3 in that matchup. So, of course, a lot of action tonight on Week 7 of IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. Thank you so much for joining us for Week 7. And another one of my favorite things about this show, a big batch of highlights collected by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team out of these games live. So let's get right into it. All right, first highlight's going to be Donovan McCulley, Lawrence North, with a deep pass in this matchup. Puts it right where he needs to. Great concentration, hold on to the ball by the receiver. Next highlight. We've got Julian Johnson, Evansville Central, with a receiving touchdown. That's going to put them up 13-0 at this point. Just backpedals it on in with a little hop at the end. I probably would have fallen down trying to do that. Great coordination, young man. All right, next up, we've got Micah Hauser, Westfield, with a long run. This is a name you know and a player you've seen quite a bit of tonight, as Westfield has been doing their thing on the ground and the air in this matchup against Avon. Next up, Josh Russell, Evansville Memorial, with a big receiving touchdown. That's going to put them up 13-0, bringing it in there in the corner. Next highlight, we have got Camden Counts, Evansville Central, with a big punt return, 62 yards, and he's going to take that in. You know, I'm not going to spoil it for you. Yeah, he takes it all the way in for a touchdown. That's going to put them up 20-0 at that point. So a 62-yard punt return, big play on special teams. Next up, we've got Julian Johnson, who's been in this highlight package already tonight, Evansville Central, with a punt block. So special teams doing big things in this game. It's an important part of the game. Can't neglect it. So they are making it happen. Next highlight, we've got Zamir Barnett Marion with a punt return. I just talked about special teams, and special teams doing it again with more highlight action. They're going to go up 42-0 at that point in the game. Next highlight, we've got Daniel Weems, Center Grove, with a rushing touchdown off an option pass, and that put them up 43-14 against CG. So, again, more points on the board, big score there. And our last highlight of this package, Luke McDermott to Eli McDermott, Matter Day, big passing touchdown, and that's going to put them up 35-0 at that point in the game. So another selection of fantastic highlights collected by our IndyStar Friday Night Live team. Big thank you to those folks who are at those games, collecting those highlights live as they happen and sharing with them, with all of us. And we're going to take a quick break as we hit the home stretch in the last segment of this week's show. So let's take a quick break from a word from our sponsors, Bath Experts.
Need my run back. See, I figured out your approach, so I'ma need my dub back. L don't stand for loss, it stand for learning. Long as this earth is turning, I'm getting better with time. Aging like Buddha and wine. I'm making the hard reads, adjusting one step at a time. A little practice, now my scope and my chakras align. Marking my targets, he's an assassin.
Welcome back to IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. I'm your host, Justin Mack, hanging out with you guys on Week 7, and let's get right back into the action because things are happening as they have been all night long. Greenwood, Decatur Central, this one of the pay-per-view matchups we're able to bring you portions of, courtesy of DCHS Live. Greenwood down 14-21 to Decatur Central, but this game has gone back and forth here in the third, so still anyone's opportunity to take this one home. Quarterback's going to keep it and run it in for the score. So that is going to make things even more difficult for Greenwood in this matchup. So let's just jump back over and get you some more action on Mooresville and Whiteland. Mooresville up 35-28 after a huge swing in momentum. At one point, this game was 28-14 advantage Whiteland, and then Mooresville has gone on to score 3 times, including a amazing sequence that went from a touchdown pass to recovering a fumble on a kickoff to a touchdown run. So Whiteland now trying to battle back and tie this one back up. Let's take it away with the call and see if they're able to do it.
Another Whiteland first down.
Good response here by Whiteland. Now you got to punch it in. You're not settling for a field goal on this one.
Going to bring up second and short here. 5 minutes to play. Whiteland in their opener against Columbus East was in a close game, and one of the things in the fourth quarter was just how hard the Whiteland backs ran the ball on those final drives. Looking similarly here.
Yeah, good comparison.
2nd and 1. Crowley cuts it up the field. Crowley driving forward, protecting the football, and down at about the 20, the chains will move for Whiteland.
What a great football environment tonight between two teams, both playing for something. First week of October, great atmosphere.
4:30 to play. 1st and 10 Warriors. Ball sits on the Mooresville 19. Handoff Valentine. Valentine still on his feet. Gets down to about the 13.
They're saying he fumbled it? Mooresville's trying to say that, but Valentine has it.
So 4 minutes to go now. 2nd and 3 for Whiteland. And the clock, something interesting to watch here.
When does Mooresville decide to use?
Handoff Valentine. Valentine inside the 10, backing his way forward. Going to come down at about the 5-yard line. 3:30 to play. Whiteland going to have it 1st and goal. And Chris, one of the questions you have to ask here is, if you score, do you go for 2?
No.
I would.
You're on your field. Take your chance, go into overtime. That's my opinion.
With the way the Mooresville offense is clicking right now, I think I would consider it. My guess is Fisher will kick it, though. 3:15 to go. 1st and goal at the 5.
If I'm on the road, I go for 2.
Handoff. Crowley. Crowley close to the goal line. Touchdown.
Nice run there by Crowley. Now the question is, if you make this extra point, and it looks like I feel like he's been close on a couple tonight, but you make this extra point, did you give Mooresville too much time left? Because they didn't use any timeouts. You got your 3 still also, and Mooresville showed they can go down in 2.5 minutes with good clock management.
DeWalt. Kick is up. It's good. And we've got a tie ball game. 3:05 to go. This contest has lived up to what we thought it would be. Whiteland played a terrific first quarter. Mooresville came storming back in the second quarter. A Whiteland turnover led to Mooresville taking the lead, but Whiteland comes right back down the field and scores.
Yeah, the word for that drive is determination by the running backs for Whiteland. They just did a great job of finding a couple extra yards on each play, and I tell you what, I hope Whiteland's defense decides to not be as porous in the passing defense this series that they were last one, because they struggled. There's no one else to say it.
Whiteland prepares to kick it off. Whiteland forced Mooresville to punt.
All right, we're going to jump back over to Greenwood and Decatur Central. Decatur Central up 28-14 and threatening again, putting the shoulder down and trying to fight for every single yard. So if they are able to take this one in, it's going to be a very, very tall task in the fourth quarter already for Greenwood. This game, courtesy of our friends at DACHS Live. If you do want to watch this game in its entirety, check them out and get this on pay-per-view. We're able to bring you some of it tonight on IndyStar Friday Night Live, thanks to their partnership. So enjoy the action and the call in this one.
I would think Coach Enright would just keep this on the ground, though, and like I said, Caleb Hicks has been a workhorse.
Yeah, let him go finish this drive off.
Sure, he deserves it.
But I mean, they're kind of not pressing up against Javon over here. Yeah.
And he's just going to keep it and walk in. And Stevens touchdown.
Tank Stevens, his first rushing touchdown.
All right, well, hello, Dolly. Another touchdown for Decatur Central, doing it on the ground. Shout out to Matt Glenesk. I had to get that in there for him. And this has been a great week of action here on IndyStar Friday Night Live, presented by Bath Experts. Thanks to everyone who was able to join us for Week 7. The action continues if you go to IndyStar.com, because we are not done covering high school football this evening. Of course, our McNetwork Game of the Week still viewable in its entirety by heading to IndyStar.com. That's Ben Davis and Carmel. And again, pay-per-view finishes for 2 of the games we've stuck with throughout the night. That is Mooresville and Whiteland, which has been an amazing matchup. That is courtesy of our friends at the Warrior Beat Sports Network. If you want that, check them out, get it on pay-per-view. And the last score, we brought you another pay-per-view matchup, Greenwood and Decatur Central, courtesy of DCHS Live. Again, hit them up, get it on pay-per-view, and watch the thrilling conclusion to both of those matchups. And to everyone who joined us this week, as always, thank you so much. This season has been a blast, and we will be right back, same place, same time for Week 8. So that's 7 o'clock on IndyStar.com. Check us out on every possible social media platform you can imagine: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. You can find us. Tell your friends, share the link, and keep enjoying and celebrating Indiana high school football. I'm your host, Justin Mack, signing off for the IndyStar Newsroom. Have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you next week.